Hey guys, it's Kim here and welcome back to Fright Night. Today's horror of choice is Home, a little indie adventure, as you can see there, by Benjamin Rivers. Now this has been around for a while now, but I've had loads of requests to do this. I've had quite a few friends say, actually I think you'll like this, Kim. So without further ado, let's take a look. All I remembered at that point was finding myself alone. Oh my head, where was I? It was so dark. Ooh. So here we go, another pixel adventure. There was something by my feet. A flashlight? A flashlight. Well, here we go. What is it about horror indie games and pixels? Still, it works, so... Ugh, what's that? Blood? That house. Where was I? In some straight... Oh. What the... Is that... There was a body lying on the floor. Who was it? Is it normal that you wake up and find a body on the floor? Is it? I didn't recognize his face. He was still kind of warm. Did you do it? Did you do this? You did this, didn't you? Oh, okay. Well, oh, hi, cat. Did you do it? Did you do it, cat? You did it, didn't you, cat? Well, good start. I'll go down in a second. I just want to see what's dripping on my head there. What's through this door here? Anything? No. Okay, so this computer. The desk had a computer and some papers on it and a single drawer. I didn't want to snoop, but did I open the drawer? Yes, of course you opened the drawer. Receipts, pens, and a blurry photo. Looked like a store of some kind. Why did this look so familiar? Is it your store? Can I pick anything up? I really shouldn't have been going through this stuff. Getting my What do you mean, getting your fingerprints everywhere? Why would you be suspicious about getting your fingerprints everywhere? That's a very odd... blood on the wall. It smelled fresh and sickening. I realized there was blood on... You did it, didn't you? You did it. Oh man, I had to... You need to fess up to your crimes! If that man died in the hallway, what was the blood doing there? Well, clearly, dude, you killed him and dragged him out into the hallway. So that's an interesting development. First time I've actually played a game as a murderer, if I am the murderer. Should we go downstairs? I noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I hurt my leg, I wondered? All I could really recall was the coming home, seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs, try to find a way out. Who's Rachel? I presume Rachel's like my girlfriend. So where's Rachel? What have you done to Rachel? Shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. It seemed like the owner of the house really knew the area. There were scribbles of all kinds of random scraps of paper and notes about some kind of water tower. Did he mean the one by the old train yard? Okay. Well, I'm sure we'll find that later on. Oh. What was that? Did you hear that? What's this? A black and white photo. It looked like the man upstairs and his wife, I guessed. There was no reason for me to keep this. Should we take it? Let's take it. I slipped the photo into my pocket. Maybe this would help me find some answers. Because maybe we can find the wife later on and remember. An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for 2 people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. The smell was turning my stomach. How long had this been here rotting? The man upstairs didn't look like he'd been dead a long time. Well, that's confusing. So if we did kill that guy, why is the food rotting? Another way downstairs. Is that? A thin grey mouse was stuck in a trap, but it looked frantic. It looked frantic, but exhausted. Did I free it? Yes, free it. Rat traps are cruel. Jeez. Okay, random. Tools. A collection of rusty tools. These looked like they'd seen a lot of use and were caked in damp-smelling dirt. Why weren't they in a shed? This was an odd place to keep yard tools. What would they have been used for in here? Good question, buddy. Is this another is that me? Looks like me. What do you think? Sort of looks like me. Let's see. A photo similar to the old one I picked up. It had been moved a lot. There seemed to be a switch behind it. Did I push the switch? Of course, you always push the switch. It depressed smoothly into the wall. I heard a faraway click somewhere. Okay. Maybe it's not me then. I don't know. It's weird because I feel like you could kind of weave any kind of story from this. Like, I don't know. Is it me in the photo? Could be. I like the Resident Evil style stairs and doorways. And what was that? Hello? The door was taped up and seemed to be stuck. By the smell, I guessed it led to the kitchen. What was the bang? Hey, this picture here looks kind of like that guy who used to be in the 7-Up ads. What's his name? Fido? That switch in the wall worked. The door had been unlocked. Oh, okay. That's handy. What's that? Oh, hatch down. Well, I'm not ready to go downstairs yet, so let's explore everywhere else. I want to see what... Wait a minute. Why is... That tape's been undone. Okay. There were sheets of paper all over the kitchen table. It looked like a series of names written down, but they were too smudged to read. I could only make out a few of the notes. Keycard, locker. Last one, I promise? It didn't make much sense at the time. Okay, well, I'll file that under suspicious. Smell of old dishes and moldy food was... What's the thing? Oh, it's the little mouse again. Hey, mouse. Anything in the fridge? Nothing. Looks pretty deserted here. So why is the old man there? And why was it so important that it had to be taped up? Mirror? I looked like hell. My clothes were dirty and torn, and there was mud caked all over my shoes. Had I been sleepwalking again? Was that how I got to that house? So clearly this guy's got a few issues. Including waking up in a house that has been blocked up by furniture. The bathroom was spotless. Everything had been wiped to a sheen. I wondered if it was the man's wife who did the cleaning or him. Oh, nothing. What's that? There was a photo developing tray lying on the floor. Some leftover negatives were sticking out, but they were pretty blurry. I thought I saw what looked like treetops. It seemed odd that the tray had been left there, considering how clean the rest of the bathroom was. So we've got a photo developing tray. We've got a kitchen that was sealed up, but just had plates in it. I want to go back there, actually, and see if there's something I missed. So it's the dishes. Can I stop the mouse? No. Is there nothing I can do with the mouse? Nothing I can do there. Well, let's go down to the spooky basement. That's sure to find some things for us, right? The box looked heavy, but there were marks on the floor. It had obviously been moved before. Maybe I found the way out. Okay, so let's move it. I heaved the box forward and finally it gave. There was a ladder going underground where the box was. A dank smell rose from the passage. Did I climb down the ladder? Yes. Otherwise we're stuck in this dead man house forever. I looked again at the photo I found in the house. The couple looked distant, like they didn't want to be in the same picture. I wondered where my wife was. My leg was in terrible shape, but I had to get out. Okay, so down in the basement then. Footprints in the dirt. Looked like more than one kind, and a lot of traffic. Whatever this place was, it was obviously used a lot. Okay, so somehow people were coming in and out of this house. Maybe that's how the body got in there, so that's why the body's fresh, even though the food isn't. Places all over were marked out on the old map of town. The industrial area near the river, various houses, and even the water tower near the old rail station. All the perfect components for a horror movie. The guy upstairs must have done this, but what was his interest in the water tower? Some of the markings match the scribbles I saw on the bookshelf upstairs. Okay. Newspaper clippings from the local paper. They were all about murders in town over the last few years. Wait. There were photos. Photos of our house. What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more, tried to find some kind of information. Okay. Tool bench. Oh, Rachel, please be okay. I wanted to rush home, but I had to find a way out first. I needed to see what else was down there. A work table covered in papers, dirt, and a handgun. I hated guns. I didn't take it, did I? I'm gonna say no, because I don't really know what this guy's about yet, and the idea of arming him, I don't know. And also what he said about fingerprints earlier, like, maybe he did do it, so let's not get fingerprints on it. I didn't even want to touch the thing. Better I left it right where it was. Okay. Well, we'll see later on whether or not that comes to bite me in the ass. It was so dark down there, and the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this place? A place of... Is that... Okay. Some kind of homemade rack? Slung together with poorly cut wood and rope, it was caked with old blood. Somebody didn't actually use that, did they? Well, that's not normal. That's not really normal to find in a subterranean basement, really, now is it? The desk looked old and was caked with grime. On it was a stack of old faded paper covered with what looked like names. They were scratched out and illegible notes were written beside them in faded blue ink. I could only make out a few letters. Heaivey, Rachel? No. RAPAPH? OL and RO. Okay. To me, those look like names. So, like, the top one could be Heather, maybe. I don't know. None of it made any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me either. Nothing about Rachel or me were written there. So maybe this is a serial killer's house that we've found. There looked to be bones half dug into the ground, and the remains looked old. The faded clothes that stuck up amongst the dirt looked familiar. They looked like the clothes that woman was wearing in the photo I found. Was this the man's wife? Okay. Why don't you dig deeper? There's some tools upstairs, aren't there? Okay, well... So, potentially we found a serial killer's house. Rusted hooks like the kind you'd find in a butcher hung from the ceiling. They looked pitted and worn from heavy use, and I doubt he was, like, hanging up meat. The smell in that room was like old grease and rot. I wasn't getting any closer to anything useful. Crudely made shells. They looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. Acid, maybe? We going a little bit Breaking Bad here? The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. Okay. The slight fumes that still emanated from the cans made me dizzy. Well, they would, wouldn't they? Oh my god. Wait, no, don't go down. Go back up. I want to see what that thing was. It looked like a cage? It was small, but there was something coating the bottom. Something wet. Well, this is getting more pleasant by the second, isn't it? The place was getting worse all the time. I knew I had to keep moving. Okay. Yeah, that looks like a weird man shadow. What's this? Some kind of old boxes. They look like they were years old. Wait a minute. These boxes had old clothes in them. Clothes I remembered throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing there? Well, that's creepy. If I was scared before, I was terrified now. Why were there photos of our house there? And these clothes? Was that why I was there? I checked my back pocket and realized my wallet was missing. Did I come to that house or did someone bring me? Okay, so if we're going to the serial killer theory, then maybe the serial killer brought him there, has already killed off Rach. But what's that, bat? Ooh, bats. Okay, well this is getting more worried by the second. Noticing the broken ladder. What? I guess I can't go down there just yet. What's that? Rope hanging there. Yes, take the rope. There we go. Rope on the ladder. What? Hello? So, are we not going to say anything about the skeleton in the wall and the whispering that just happened in my ear? No? Okay, maybe that's Rachel? So maybe the serial killer killed Rachel, and I've come to find her? And maybe that guy upstairs was the serial killer, and I got revenge on him, but now I don't remember. I reckon that's a good explanation. The rope I found would have let me climb down. Okay, did I climb down? Yes. I could hear a faint hum and the smell from before started to get worse. I wonder what we'll find. A bunch of old newspapers wheat pasted together. Wheat pasted, that's very specific. A message had hastily been smeared on it. Keep out, danger due to cave-in. Okay. So I'm getting near some water. Okay, don't know about that creepy sound. My hands tingled from the burn of sliding down that rope. It was lucky I found that. Who knows what would have happened if I had jumped down? Still, it was all I could do to not have rushed out of that awful place. That rack, those terrible tools. What the hell was going on back there? The metal door groaned as I leaned into it, causing my heart to skip a beat at the sound. As I peered ahead into the dark of the next room, I worried that I should have taken the gun I saw. But me? With a gun? I think we made a good choice in not taking it. Okay, there's a thing. What's that? There was dirt on the ground. It looked wet, and there was grass smeared within it. Odd, there was similar dirt on my own shoes. So yeah, I reckon he must have come to save Rachel. Maybe? I could hear a faint trickling sound like water. What was that? Okay, it looks like we're in some sort of underground water generator place. Sewer, that's the word. A kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Thinking about it made me sick. I didn't even want to touch it. What do we think, guys? We didn't take the gun, so I don't know. Let's take it. Somehow the knife seemed a better idea than the gun in that tunnel. I don't know about that. If I was to get attacked, I always think about this at night because I live alone and I wonder what's it going to be like if a burglar comes in? Should I really try and attack it with a weapon? Because that guy could probably overpower me and then, you know, he's got the sharp pointy weapon. There was a rusty ladder sunk into the water which smelled disgusting. I knew I couldn't climb down that. Maybe I could find a way to drain the putrid water. Okay, well first, let's go back. If that's a puzzle, then let's go back because I want to explore. There was something on the right here, wasn't there? Yeah. Where? What? Wow, okay. That genuinely made me jump. Thanks, game. Thanks. You big jerk. Jeebus. Where am I? I thought there was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how it worked. Well, well done. GG. Okay, so pipe thing. So this must be how to drain the pipe. 2, 3, and 4. Let's see. Okay, there's nothing else here. I thought I could turn this water valve to shut off its flow. Did I turn it? Yes. Looked like I turned off the water flow in this valve. Ah, okay. So, yes. Have I turned it? Valve is still active. Do I turn it again? Yes. Now? Turn it again? Yes. Oh, it made that sound. Turned off the water flow in this valve. Okay. Let's go back. Turn. Yes, turn it. Is it? Does it sound like it's off? Do I turn it again? Yes. There we go. The magic sound. The magic ding. Where's one? One was in here, wasn't it? Number 1. Yes. So. Looked like it turned off the water flow. Okay. Is the regulator still on then? Through the dust, I could see handprints from previous use, probably from whoever worked down in these sewers. What was in here? I can't remember. Musty smell coming from inside. There's musty smells everywhere in this game. Right. Was there somewhere else here? I'm forgetting. There's a ladder. Should we go up the ladder? Doesn't seem to be much here. Bin liners? Disgusting. It was a mess of filthy garbage bags. There were rips and tears in most of the bags. What looked like an old videotape was sticking out. Did I take the tape? Yeah, sure. But I took it anyway. Okay. So I have a videotape. Now what? Is it someone's sexy time tape? Is that why it's in the bin? Exit. That's where the thing was, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. Should we go down?